Good evening. I am going to talk about how you should never bow to anyone's standards. Okay? All right. Um everyone has their own set of expectations, their own standards, their own way of how they do stuff. Um so, in the terms of any friendships or domestic relationships or anything like that, we tend to get caught up in situations to where we bow. Like, it can be inadvertent, it can be willful, it can be intentional, but the point is we bow. Okay, so never bow to anyone's standards. Okay, never bow to anyone's standards other than your own. And I'm going to say, in addition to that, the Most High, of course, because He created us, right? So we always want to follow along with whatever it is that um we were taught from a child as to how to handle certain situations, and whatever teachings that we had as a kid and on up, right? We want to follow our standards. And so what I mean by that is you can be in a situation to where everything is going pretty good for you. You have a decent life. You may have the job that you have always dreamed about. Your children could be possibly happy, and whether you're married or single, the point is you're like overall content. Okay, so let's say like you get into a situation, to whether it's with a friend or it's with a significant other, and they are maybe not in close proximity to you, like they may be in another state or um, thousands and thousands of miles away. They could even possibly be overseas. But however it is, you may, go through deciding as to whether or not you should uproot your family and leave. Or if you don't have children and you're alone, you may find yourself coming to the decision as to whether or not you want to pack up and go where this other person is. All right, so if you are in love, you are more than likely going to uproot your family. Or if you're single, you're gonna just like get your stuff ready and you're gonna make that move, right? um, Without even really thinking about it or having any type of insight. So you may look at your life like, okay, I'm happy with my job. This is going well, that's going well. But then you're going to have the issue of, yeah, but I really want to be with him or her. Um, so am I really going to be happy as to where I am? Or am I going to continue on with my life here and work my job and live my life and so forth and so on? Okay, so that's one scenario of a relationship situation. The other scenario is you may have a friend, whether it's male or female, platonic, whatever, and they may want you to do some things that are against your standards or against your morals. But you may be faced with the decision of whether or not you should do that, because you don't want to lose their friendship. You want to keep them in your life, but unfortunately you have come to this crossroads of whether or not you should do whatever it is that they're asking you to do, or that they may be applying the pressure for you to do. And so you just find yourself kind of stuck, because it's like, okay, on one end, you know that you shouldn't get involved with this situation or do whatever it is that they're asking you to do. But then on the other end, it's like, but you're going to lose their friendship. They're never going to talk to you again. And the list goes on. I know that in a way this may sound a bit elementary, but the point is it can happen to anyone, no matter the age, the culture, the race, ethnic background, nationality. It just doesn't matter. You can really find yourself in that situation. And I can even go even further to talk about, what if this is like a career or your place of employment? or maybe even higher education. You see, bowing to another person's standards, it is everywhere. It doesn't have to even regard a significant other or a basic friendship. It is everywhere. Before you make the decision to bow, you need to carefully analyze yourself as to where you are at the current moment. Are you happy? Do you feel that there's room for improvement? Or do you think that whatever it is that you are aspiring to do or possibly anticipating to do, if that's going to be something that may benefit you in the long run? I mean, that's ultimately what it comes down to. But I'm gonna actually share an experience of mine, because that's the best way that I feel I can get my point across, because I'm like all over the place. Um, so some years ago, I was in a situation as to the place where I was originally from, had come back up again because I had chosen to open that door to communicate with this individual, right? And this does actually go in line with one of the topics that I was going to, well, actually, one of the past experiences that I was going to share under the part or the section of her right to survive, right? When I was asking, like, if any of you guys, want to hear this particular story. Okay, well, I'm not going to share that entire story, but I'm going to make a point. Okay, so I am so glad. My God, I am so glad that I did not go for that. I was this close. I was this close to making a decision that probably would have been the worst decision ever. Okay, ever in life. Because the thing is, when you have those feelings and when you have those emotions, you're not thinking, you're not rationally thinking at all. It's like you're living for the moment. And even if you are overall content as to where you are, it's like you just feel like if you don't move to his or her standards, that you're missing out, or that you're not making the right decision, or you may want that person to be in your life so badly, so it's like you are really stuck. Never, ever, ever, ever bow to anyone's standards. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if it's a bestie, okay? I don't care if it's a coworker, a student, whatever it is, next door neighbor. Do not bow to anyone's standards other than your own. Okay? I'm going to say that again. Do not bow to anyone's standards other than your own, but in addition, of course, the Most High, because He created us, so He knows what's best for us. Don't be doing what somebody else wants you to do. And don't allow them to put the pressure on you, talking about some, oh, well, we're not going to be together, or I'm not going to talk to you again, or we can't be friends, or, I don't want to sit next to you in class, or, I'm going to tell the manager this or that so that you can possibly get terminated, or whatever negative action is going to be taken, all because you're not bowing to their standards. No, it doesn't matter what they tell you. Do not bow. They could be like, I hate to say it, but they could actually go as far as to say that your livelihood is at stake, or hey, I done lived all these experiences, so this is why I keep having these different topics. But yes, I was in a situation to where our livelihood was threatened, and I still didn't bow. Okay, because I'm the type of person, I don't care what you're saying. If I feel like it's not right, if I'm not comfortable with that decision, if I feel like something's up, like that gut feeling, which is gonna be another video I'm gonna get into soon, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what you say. So never bow to anyone's standards. You have to make the decision as to whether or not you feel that that would be the best move for you to take. Okay? And carefully analyze it. Give yourself time. Don't let anyone put that pressure on you that you got 2 weeks or 3 days or even several months. No, you take all the time that you need. You take all the time that you need to make the best decision for yourself. So, I really need to see how this video come out because today my thoughts are just in such serious disarray. But I wanted to share this message. I'm gonna be sharing a more important message next week. I have midterms on Thursday, so my mind is really, really, really like the anxiety levels are up here. But anyway, hopefully I gave someone something to think about before they make any valuable decisions. Okay, this is ARK, A Rose Knows, while reality will be read, uncut, and have a great rest of your evening. See you next time. Bye.